Hey everyone, Angelo here, homeless filmmaker in LA, living in my car for 18 months now. I'm trying to be in Ridley Scott's next movie. He's directed at least one of my favorite movies, Matchstick Men. Also Alien. I love Alien. I love the director's cut of Alien. And actually, growing up, I always thought Aliens was so boring. It's weird to think. I was stunned when I realized people thought it was scary. Now, I only say that, I'm not trashing James Cameron's movie, because as an adult, I love it now. But I couldn't understand the character stuff, and you know, it just, I didn't get it, the interaction and everything, what it meant. Alien, I was, you know, hypnotized by, and just the creepy art design and everything. But I love Aliens as well now. But anyways, directed many films for the last 40-some years. I even saw his first movie, The Duelists, right after I made my first recovery from depersonalization, derealization disorder, which I'm having a little flare-up right now, but it's not as bad as before, and I'm still trying to push through it. Ridley Scott and a filmmaker named Kevin McDonald are working on a documentary called Life in a Day. Now this is very exciting for me because I was just thinking about the first one they did, Life in the Day, in 2010. Back when they did that one, what they did is they asked people from all over the world to film themselves for one day, however much or little as they want, and submit the footage, and they'll go through it and make a documentary out of it about life across the whole world for that one day in 2010. I remember I was in Pennsylvania that day working on a friend's short film. I wanted to film, I don't think I managed to. And the finished film was really cool. And I recently, a few weeks ago, was rewatching it thinking, man, this would be cool to do again, because now what else are we gonna do? I was almost thinking, you know, I wouldn't want to make this because I don't want to look through the footage of, like, you know, 100,000 people who filmed, but I was thinking, man, maybe someone else should. And then sure enough, I see today Ridley Scott and Kevin McDonald announced they're doing a second Life in a Day. So I am definitely filming for this and submitting footage for this. It's on July 25th. So people all over the world may film. They're asking, if possible, film at 24 frames per second. And I don't know if they really mean 24 or the 23.976 frames per second. I think that's what it is. That's really more standard for like digital cameras. They say film in the highest quality you can. So if you have 4K, do it, or just high definition. Maybe some people below that. And back in 2010, it was just every mismatch or whatever of footage you can imagine, and film in landscape mode. So have your phones like this if you film with your phone, not like this. If you can afford it, you can film on 24 frames per second on your phone. Get the Filmic Pro app. Mine, it just stopped working, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to film at 24 frames a second, or if I have to update it. Great, the lawnmower is coming by. By the way, you should see the setup that I have for my tripod right now. It's resting against my radio. I'll show a picture of it. Anyways, of course, now this is what I do. I already made my own documentary about living my life every day. And, you know, keep in mind certain rules, because they have to have clearances for everything. And so no corporate logos, trademarked images. Anyone who's visible in the video, you need a release from. And they provide releases you can use, either printed out on paper, or you can have a digital one where they can just click a link and sign it online or something. I didn't open it, but I looked through the website and saw. So try and they have 4 questions that you can answer. I'll put them up on screen. I forget what they were. One of them is, what's in your pocket? Another, I think, is, what do you love? And I think one is, what are you afraid of? I was afraid of going insane this morning, by the way. I decided I'm sick of getting up too late. I was getting up towards 6 in the morning. The sun you start seeing light from the sun around 5 a.m. Just a little bit. The sun's not risen yet until like 6 or, no, until 5:45, 6 a.m., maybe around then. I set my alarm for 4:40 today, and I got up and I was shocked because I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired, but I was like, oh, this is good. Let him go by. exercised all right. I didn't go too hard because the sun was starting to come up. I exercised for about 45 minutes. Also, it's interesting, now there's a homeless guy sleeping right in the spot in the park that was really good to exercise at. So, you know, I didn't want to bother him, so I just went to a different part that is fine. I used that, and it's just that it's a good spot, these two areas, because there's a bunch of trees and stuff that where the sun, when it starts coming up, you're still kind of in the shade. And also, I don't wear my jacket now when I work out because the zipper's broken, so when I'm doing burpees, you can see how much, well, I don't know how well you can see all the stuff in my pockets. Like, it tears up this when it slaps down into the ground, even with the zipper on. Now the zipper's broken, so I take the jacket off and do my workout, burpees mostly. I want to have my workout mostly done by the time the sun's really coming up. And but the thing is, I was so hungry. I've been eating really healthy lately. That's good. I got my money on my food stamp card, so eating chicken salads, which has a lot of lettuce, from Jack in the Box, and also just canned fish from 99-cent only store. Now, I went to 99-cent only store this morning real early, like around 8 when they open, and already there was a fucking line and stuff, and I'm like, fuck that, I'm not waiting in line. So I'm walking around the store for like 20 minutes. Finally, when the line got a little smaller, I got in line. One lady was taking forever, and I was thinking, man, I am so hungry. I'm kind of tired. I'm dissociating. I don't know if, like, I'm just there's nothing I was gonna do. It's just if I'm gonna go insane and lose my mind. I was almost scared. Like, I've been so hungry lately. It's good, I'm losing weight. And anyways, it was just weirding me out. And also eating all this healthy food, it kind of is weird for me, because normally what I'm eating that's not so good is tacos, because they're so cheap, and protein bars, because I can get them from the food bank cheap. But that stuff's not good for you. It doesn't matter, oh, it's protein, it's all natural, whatever. It's still processed in a way, you know, where it's all wadded together and stuff. So anyways, life in a day. You film on July 25th. Also, if you film in any location that's like not your house or like a public place, you need a release for the location as well, or they can't use it. So keep all this stuff in mind. Music in there, can't use, don't quote movies, TV shows, even YouTube videos. They said that on there. I'm like, wow, how would they know if you're quoting a YouTube video? I guess people would try quoting funny viral ones, but this is really interesting. I really want to see this. And so I'm gonna film throughout the day, and you don't have to submit it on July 25th. You have another like 2 weeks to submit it or so. So I'll link to that website. So if you want, you can film for yourself there. And you know, they have some tips like try and keep longer shots if possible, steadier shots. Don't shake the camera around, whip it around and stuff, because that makes it harder to use. Again, no music, because they're gonna want, first of all, they may not have the rights for it, and they want to put their own soundtrack on it. You can submit it on their website, so that's really great. So anyways, yeah, I'm just trying to work a lot. The good thing is, you know, I keep writing on my screenplay. That helps. Even when I get dissociated, it's not managing to stop me from writing. I'm still broke as hell. Garbage truck's coming by. Oh man, so many people. I know a lot of people celebrate, yeah, lick those landlord boots. There are potentially millions of people who are gonna go homeless. So I don't know why you think, if that's a great system, the fact that millions of people stand to be evicted soon. All over. I was reading it in Virginia, New York, California, once the courts started hearing evictions again. Yeah, look, sir, ma'am, I will lick your boots clean. Yes, landlord, yes, make everybody homeless, that is great. Anyways, I learned a lot, how much of that is nonsense, just growing up and seeing, oh, like, no matter how hard I work, I'm not in with those people. I am not like that. Anyways, yeah, my dissociative disorder, it's still like giving me weird taste in my mouth and stuff, and sensations, messing me up, but I got to keep moving. So I'm gonna do even more exercising today, I'm sure, and just want to get to writing. That's a big thing that I'm doing. It's funny, I just read David Gordon Green's sequel to Halloween Kills is going to be delayed a year because they know it's going to be a compromised release. So I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of timetable I think we're looking at for a lot of things being able to improve, is a year. This isn't going to go away in 6 months. So who knows when the libraries are going to open. I don't know when steady film work is going to be around again. I was working fairly steadily for a while, except when I got my disorder at first, my relapse, and it was really bad for me. But I worked on a number of productions throughout the last year, and then the quarantine stopped all that. Yeah, it's just so surreal. So, oh well, I can always write. So I'm filling up my notebooks and writing away and reading screenplays. I just read the screenplays for Goodfellas, which was pretty close to the movie. I was impressed because that must have been tough to write, I imagine. And to know that would work and how Scorsese was going to piece it together. And what did I read just before that? I wonder if I can find it on my phone, because I always keep a list of every screenplay I've read and then I email it to myself, so I have a backup in case my hard drive, if I lose it on there. Let's see, I don't keep it in order, but I think it was close to the end of the list. Let's see, oh yeah, I use a style, I forgot learned my phone has a stylist. I'm never going back to using my fingers if I can help it. Hate them. Oh, I read Human Nature by Charlie Kaufman. A lesser known movie of his, Michel Gondry's first film that he directed. Check out the Life in a Day materials in the description. It's a really cool project. Anyone could submit to it. Keep in mind the, you know, restrictions on filming and all that. And they're asking people to be real. You know, they want real stories. They don't want the, you know, a glamorous video. They want real stuff. And if you watch the first one, it's on YouTube. This is all a YouTube project, by the way, basically. This one they're gonna submit to, or play at Sundance, I guess. They already know, I guess they are. But the first one, I remember they put it online on YouTube. So, and you can find the video in the link on YouTube. All right, check it out.